Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and MPD by somebody that has both. They say that a key to a good YouTube video is to hook them with the title and bring people in. So you offer them what they want and you give them what they need. And you've just clicked a video called Why You're Alone on Valentine's Day. So buckle up, this is going to hurt, okay? I'm sorry, I'm not your best friend or your mom or your therapist or anything like that. I'm going to give this to you straight. And that's going to hurt. We're going to poke some things that hurt. Okay, but this is ultimately a good thing and will lead to better things. You just need to accept this and go along with it. Okay, right. So it's you. Ultimately, you're the problem. I'm sorry if I'm the one breaking this to you. I hope that really you knew. I know it's easy to do a thing like, oh, men are horrible, women are horrible, all of that. So yeah, okay, yeah, there are some horrible men and women. That's true. But the common factor in all your relationships is you. Right, it's you. You're the problem. I was the problem. I'm talking of all of this from like a place of experience, right? So you're not alone, and I'm not getting at you, if that helps. But it's you. You're the problem. You're why you're alone on Valentine's Day, because you're a bit much. You're a bit much. I'm going to keep things in very general terms, obviously, because I don't know you as a person, but you're a bit much. And you can be a bit volatile and a bit unpredictable, and it makes things difficult. You're also possibly quite insecure. You have very insecure attachments. You need reassurance a lot. You might have trouble trusting people. All of this sort of thing. It's you. You're the problem. I mean, a marker of BPD is unstable relationships. Hello, you're living it. This is it, right? This is the unstable relationship. Don't despair. Please don't despair. I know it's horrible, this situation that you're in. Look, you're probably really lonely. I wouldn't like it either. I'm very, very lucky that I have somebody. You know, I could have very easily not if I'd carried on the way I was. So I get it, and you're lonely and you want somebody, and there's a desperation there. But if you end up in another relationship right now, what have you learned? What's going to be different? Because you're the problem, remember? So unless you've changed, unless you've done something, you are just taking your existing set of problems to a new place. And the same thing is going to happen. And then you're going to feel awful, and you're going to sit there in greater despair saying you don't deserve to be loved because you're horrible and all of this, all the rubbish we come out with that we know isn't true. Right? So much of this, we know it's our own rantings, our own despair, our own sadness that we get wrapped up in. And we know it's not true. Right? If I'm talking to an adult, do I really have to convince you that you don't deserve to be alone? Right? Truthfully, come on. Do I really have to have a discussion with another adult about destiny? Please don't make us do this bit of it. You know that's not true. You know that you can find somebody to be with. Because you're the problem. This is a positive because you can change. You can't change somebody else's behavior, right? All we can kind of do when we're dating is start picking people and checking them out and seeing if they're a normal person or someone we can stand to be with or whatever. Hopefully that we enjoy to be with. Sorry, don't know why I put it like that. Anyway, I've derailed myself a little bit. I'll get it back. 1 second. We're just going to move our problems to the new relationship. So you need to change, and you can change. You can control your behavior. And so what you need to start doing is start analyzing what went wrong but not just what went wrong, but why it went wrong. The why is so important. The why is so commonly overlooked. And I hate that. The why is the most important part. And I think it's because we get caught up on like we get caught up in the real life results of these problems, right? Because they're important. We get caught up in the bits that really do, how it affects our relationship. We don't stop to ask why it's happening, where it's coming from, and this sort of thing. And that's so crucially important. We can't do anything about it until we figure out why we're doing this. If you're insecurely attached in all of your relationships, why? Right? And there's an answer to that question that I can't give you, right? That's a specific to you kind of answer. But I tell you, it's there. It's definitely there. And the answer is not the defeatist sound of, oh, because I'm broken, right? I don't accept this. I don't accept this idea that change is impossible. Because we know that's not true, right? We know that's not the case. We know that we absolutely can change, that we absolutely can get better and learn and change our behaviors and become better in relationships. What I'm telling you is, it's not going to happen while you're in one or while you're getting into a new one. You need to deal with you, right? And this is important stuff because this feeds into so many other things. When I talk, when I started doing my BPD course on Patreon, there's parts 1 and 2 there, and there may even be more parts 1 there, but ADHD brain. What I talk about is the most important thing is you, the self, the sense of self that we lack as people with BPD, and we try to fill it with other people. We're so desperately lonely and need that from other people. And what we need to do is work on ourselves, develop who we are as a person before we can do anything about being with someone else. It's annoying and you don't want to hear it because it takes work and it takes time. And what I'm not telling you is things like, here's how you go out and find a new partner and make everything okay. Well, there are no steps to that. I'm sorry. And I think you knew there weren't when you came here. What there is this advice to work on you. Get a hobby. Seriously. I'm not saying that in a sarcastic way, like just to be mean or something but literally get a hobby. Find something that you care about, that makes you an interesting person, something you are passionate about, something you can talk about, something that doesn't require somebody else. Or at least the approval of somebody else. I'm not banning team sports and stuff like that, right? You can do that. But something that's for you, something you care about, something you don't need your partner to come with you on or be involved with, something that is just you. Find that hobby. Find that thing you do. Take up that special interest. Work on you. Become an interesting person with passions and things you care about, things you can talk about. And dig deep into these problems that you have, this insecure attachment, etc. Like, there'll be some very dark stuff out there for some of you. And I recommend therapy for this. I always recommend therapy. Please do therapy. If you can do therapy, right? There are a lot of things to work through for a lot of people that are very difficult and painful to face. But the harsh truth is that those things aren't going to go away. They are just going to continue to affect you. And there is help out there that you can get, things you can do that will take that pain away. That's, again, why I'm recommending therapy. It works wonders for me. It's not by any means the only way of dealing with things, but I recommend dealing with things. Right? And that, all of this stuff, not only makes you a more complete person and a happier person in yourself, it makes you more attractive and more compatible with people. What if you meet someone while you're doing your special hobby and you have this thing in common? All kinds of stuff. doing things, being an interesting person, having a life gets you out into the world, gets you interacting with other humans, and makes your life better. It makes your everything better. What doesn't help is deciding you don't deserve to be loved. It's your destiny to be alone. You're just going to sit here and watch videos. It's not going to... What do you think is going to happen? We have to not accept that. There's no destiny but the one we make for ourselves. And we have the power to change it. You know that. You know that. You're a grown-up and you know that, right? You've seen me do it. You've seen other people do it. And you may even have examples in your own life of times when you've made progress. If you've made progress, you know you can make more progress. Progress is a great thing to make if you're making things. And so don't despair, right? More so than ever, today is just a day. I know we say that about holidays and it's difficult with like Christmas and stuff, but today's, oh, I don't care about today. There were definitely times when I have been alone on this day and I've been emotionally crushed about it. But at the time I was like 20 and now I'm 45 and I don't care. It's a, do you know what's going to happen? All I think about with this day is in about a month in the charity shops where I buy toys for my dog because he destroys them. So you don't buy them. You go to charity shops and you buy old soft toys. And in about a month, those bins are going to be filled with little teddy bears holding hearts that say, I love you on the front of it, that somebody got as a present and then just threw away. Because who wants that, right? That's Valentine's Day. Don't stress, right? If anything, today is a day when you make a start, when you realize and accept that your fate is in your hands. And you decide that you can do something about this and work on yourself. It sounds like such a cliche, but some of those cliches are cliches because they're true. Working on yourself, being right for yourself. It's really true. I hate it. I hate that it is. I wish that things would just change and your life would be perfect, but you have to actually do things. It sucks. It's like finding out the exercise works. It's like finding out that keeping to a regular sleep schedule works. It's like finding out that eating healthily works. I'm sorry. I hate it too. But it's the way of things. So you have a choice. Get happy and work on yourself or stay sad. Please don't stay sad for long if that's what you decide, because it's not going to get you anywhere. Hopefully you will reach a point where you're just fed up of it and you think, sod this, I'm going to do the things now. Because you can do the things. And watch my other videos. I will show you how to do the things, some of them. And that's, it's out there. If you want to sit and talk to somebody else who's gone through it, I have one-to-ones available. So, don't be alone. Don't struggle. And don't feel too bad about today. Go and watch a good movie that only you want to watch. Right? Whatever you want to do. And thank God that you're not trying to get into a restaurant tonight. Okay? Right? This is not, being alone on Valentine's Day is not the curse you may sometimes feel it is. I promise you. Right? I love you all lots. You take care. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in other videos. Bye-bye.